Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, but we can't see you.
Are we starting at 3 or 3:30, Kempola?
Which one? Today's meeting?
Susie,
No, I'm saying the meeting now or which one?
I thought I saw something that said 3:30.
No, I'm not sure. So I thought I had sent as 2 to 4, but it could be 3. And I was just trying. Just
Okay, thank you.
okay. That's good. Let me see. Let me call. Okay. Alex is here. Me. Hi, Alex. How are you? Jason Downing is here. Hi, Linda.
Hi. Hi, Kempo. Good. How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
I know. I know. Let me figure out where to put this. It's here.
Okay. What time was it mentioned for the meeting? I'm not sure because I had emailed Lindsay to make it 2 to 4, but maybe he.
I thought it said 2, and then one other place it said 2:30.
Okay, so we'll just wait for people to come. So yeah, she said 2. Okay. Hi Jason, how are you?
Hi, Kapula. Yes, I'm doing good. Tashi Dele.
You emailed me some time ago that you wanted to come visit, yeah?
Say that again. I can't hear you very well.
Okay. Just a moment. I received an email saying you wanted to come visit, is it? Let me see the audio. Is this better?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big change. That's much better. Thank you.
Okay. I'll have to just remember which one. Where is it? So I got an email from you saying you wanted to come visit. Is that you or?
Oh, that was more a wish for the future. And I think you mean an email from maybe 5 or 6 months ago. I was back in San Francisco for a while, but now I'm back in Bloomington, Indiana, where the university
okay.
is.
So maybe it was an old email. Okay.
Yeah, that was a wish for the future since we haven't met in person before.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Changchu Broker is here. Lindsay is here. Frederico is here. Francius, how do you say your name? Francius or France? So sorry, Jan is here. Susie. Alex, Linda, Jason. Hi, Jamshid Dorkar, how are you? Good to see you.
Kampola. Good to see you.
How is Canada?
Still cold.
Cold?
Yeah, it's still cold, but sunny.
Good. Stay warm. It's windy here in Southern California.
Uh-huh.
Nice. It's nice. Sunny, but a little windy. It's good. We're just waiting for a few minutes. It's just to test. So I haven't done Zoom and live streaming on YouTube. So if you search on YouTube, you'll see we are live there too. So, you know, we want to, we're streaming on YouTube so that we can archive our teachings and practice, so that we have something to document or record, so that students would miss and review the class. But I would encourage you all to join through Zoom so that we see each other, and then that's how you practice on real time. We accumulate, we do everything. So did you get the calendar? Did you all get the calendar?
Kempola,
No.
I have not sent the calendar yet. I was away from my computer, but I'm going to in a few hours.
Okay,
I
no,
will send to everyone.
thank you. You're doing such a wonderful job. Thank you immensely. And did you send the Ngöndro yet? Ngöndro text.
No, I was going to send that together this afternoon.
No problem. I'll have other prayers, one or two prayers that might come today or maybe after tomorrow. So anyway, first, please send out the Ngöndro and calendar and everything. Okay.
Yes, I will send that in a few hours, everybody.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi, Alex.
Kempo.
You become a monk.
Ah,
Or shaven.
I've just been taking it easy.
Maybe you should become a monk.
Yeah,
A monk's vow. Monk's vow.
I'm curious about the classes that you'll be offering, but I don't think it's the right time for me to take a more intensive class right now. But
You're doing the Ngöndro, so that's perfect. So
just maybe Wednesday night class, I think, for me.
okay.
Would be best right
Are you doing the Ngöndro or just the Wednesday class?
now. I think just Wednesday. Just
Okay,
Wednesday.
okay, wonderful. That's good.
Okay.
More and more people in samsara lack the aspiration for morality, moral discipline, like in Buddha's teachings on the Vinaya, because Buddha's teachings are divided into three categories, the three baskets that Tiripitaka called the Vinaya, which is focused, which is all the trainings are focused on discipline. And then the second one is called Sutra Pitaka, the basket of the sutra. All the teachings aiming on loving kindness, compassion, kindness. And then the third group is called the Abhidharma Pitaka, the higher wisdom on the higher understanding, which is aimed in the training of wisdom. So you can also say that the three yanas, we say the Theravadini or the Hinayana, and the Mahayana and the Vajrayana, they are actually formed according to those three categories of the teachings. The Hinayana is based on the Vinaya because that is what they emphasize, morality and discipline. And then the Mahayana part is based on great compassion, kindness, great compassion, bodhicitta, wisdom, and so forth, like that, which are paramitas. Then the Vajrayana is all about understanding the suchness, the wisdom, the absolute nature, like that. So our part, we need to aspire in this way, either through discipline or through great compassion or through wisdom. So that's how we need to approach our path. So the more and more people in the degenerate time don't value or appreciate morality or discipline. So they don't even think of, or they think to be a monastic, to be a monk or nun, or to take ordination, it's impossible because they have no aspiration. And we should consider that too, because in the West, many practitioners are single, and most of them don't have the intention to find a partner. I might be mistaken, but many like that. So then, if they want to spend their time like that, they might as well take some form of some level of ordination. Thereby, practice is focused. It doesn't practice discipline that you're not practicing the other thing, but what it does is then you lay a very firm, fertile ground where all qualities blossom, because discipline is the field. Morality or discipline is the field where all qualities Unless
perhaps whoever has all that noise in the background could mute yourself.
yeah. Who is this? I think it's number 310. Let me see. Oh, it must be Eddie.
Did that fix it? Okay, let me try this. Ready? Yeah.
Could you mute your mic?
Hang on. Yeah, ready?
Yeah, thank you. You can mute your microphone. Thanks, Eddie. So I'm just mentioning, I was just talking to Alex about morality. So you are very focused and disciplined person. So if you take the vow of the individual liberation, very good for you, because I know your mindset. You're like, you want to do one thing to accomplish. There's a story about the householder. His name is. Excuse me. Let me go to my chair, seat, and then I will do it. This was just here on computer desk. Why? How come? How come? Oh my. Okay. Okay, you can see me better now. So there is this householder called Pelke. I think he is 102 years old, I think. 100 or 2, somewhere around that age. Ana gachi do dime read bena. Gachi labde.
Maybe everyone can mute themselves till they ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of background noise.
Okay, okay. So you heard my grandson reading that? I'm far from my screen, so because I'm sitting here on my teaching chair or throne. So anybody else saying anything here? Labde, how chat said that song? Ham papida, chapel papi. Shumbe ho, menam le shumbe tap. Guru muchil menam tap. Katsa gachi garin gachi bay. Cheri dogosh. Good. Not yeah, not sure. Kali guto kachbego. Guto kachbego. Not sure. Yeah. Sure. 밤 담는 거. Okay. Do it. So Buddha Shakyamuni is somewhere away from the community. He has traveled somewhere else. And then among the Sangha, the most renowned one is Shariputra. And he approaches Shariputra to bestow him the ordination. Anigame, Jiminasho? Anigame, and me? Anna. Oh. Okay. Anna Gashilabde.
Invite me all more.
Okay. The bell. Okay, thank you. Okay. So he goes to Shariputra and requests ordination, and Shariputra kind of thinks, oh, he's too old. He's too old. Maybe he won't be able to go on begging, because everybody has to beg their food, and and then they have to do, like, how would you say, like a community work of sweeping the monastic grounds and so forth. And then thinks that he is too old and he doesn't give ordination to him. And then he goes on to other monks to request, like, could you give me ordination? Because Shariputra didn't give me ordination. And they all think that if Shariputra didn't give him as ordination, then, or we say, didn't ordain him, then perhaps there's a reason. So then he wasn't ordained for a while, until Buddha Shakyamuni came. And then when Buddha Shakyamuni came and Buddha Shakyamuni gave him ordination, and then he said, like every day, like every single moment after you have received ordination, you're actually accumulating inconceivable merit, because you have the vow that you have made, saying that I will not kill, I will not steal, I will not tell lie, I will not engage in bodily misbehavior, and so on and so forth, like that. There's so many different levels of ordination, depending on which one you take, from the layman ordination to the what you call in the Vinaya, or in the ordination tradition, there are 7 levels. The male and female lay practitioners, and then the novice male and female, and then there is after the novice there is one which is very much like a fully ordained monk, but they have lesser precepts. They are not the fully ordained monk, male and female. And then there is one in between for the nuns before they receive their full ordination. There is one level where nuns are tested, or nuns are trained, or they receive that ordination to test or to see if they can keep their vows, so that they can receive the highest level of the nuns' precepts. Precepts are the vows. And then there is the highest level of monk and nuns' vows. So we say, if we include the layman vows, then it will be 8. Otherwise, it is like 7. So we have the novice male and female, and then the next level of male and female, and then there is that one which is more like a period for the nuns to train or to test before they receive their full ordination, and then the highest level of monk and nuns, like that. So as I said, if you include the layman's vow, the male and female, altogether it would be 8 or 9, like that. So every moment that passes is an accumulation of merit. Once we vow that I will not kill, we're not going to kill, of course, but those beings who are alive, beings who are free, they are assured that this person is not going to kill us or kill them, whichever way you want to say. So there is this natural accumulation of merit. Even while they go to sleep, they're accumulating merit, because there are beings out there are who are protecting their lives. And these beings who are fearing from being taken away their lives, they are reassured that this person is not going to take their lives. So there is this accumulation of merit happening each and every moment, like inconceivable merit. And similarly, like that, with wealth not being stolen,
and so on and so forth like that. So Buddha gives teachings like that. So morality is a very, very powerful thing. So I would encourage those of you who are leading a single life, take morality, take the ordination vow, and then every moment you are accumulating merit. Accumulation of merit will help us in so many different ways to understand the Dharma, to excel in our practice, to counter all the obstacles and hindrances of our path, to enhance quickly the realization. So there's so many levels of good qualities that arises from morality. So you should consider that. It's just, it so happened that I mentioned this now, so, but it's not to be taken lightly. You should think about it. In Bhutan, in Tibet, in Nepal, and in Asian countries like that, once their spouse is deceased or has died, then they just, go to lamas or go to monks and nuns who have the ordination, and they receive ordination, and then thereafter, every day. I forget you did me patame. Ching I lo charbesh, correct? Blue tendemina. Bunalo. Alier, Inosh. Yeah, good to watch. Okay. So they take the vow, even if you cannot take the full ordination vow, and you can take like the novice vow, like that. Novice vow can begin with one precept, like saying, I will not kill. Then you, on top of that, if I just add second precept, then I will not steal. Taruchi onde dimenasho. Kame. So I'll not steal, I will not lie, I will not engage in bodily misbehavior. And then go on and on. Then I'll not engage in intoxication. Like those kind of things, on and on. You can go. Like the story of this butcher. An Arhat came by. I don't remember the name of Arhat. Either it was Katayana or Ananda or one of the senior or renowned students or follower of Buddha Shakyamuni during that time. And he saw this butcher whose livelihood is to just kill. And then he was so compassionate that he, there's no other way that he can live his life. So, because he is a butcher. So then he made him take this vow, saying that, during the night, he will not kill, because during the night, naturally, he has no job. So that he just said, okay, even if you cannot hold the vow of not killing during the day, at least make this vow saying that you will not kill from evening till dawn, So he practiced that. That was his practice. That was his training in his discipline. And then later on, because of that karma of practicing discipline, he was born in the hell realm. He was born in the hell realm. During the daytime, all the environment would be like this hot plate, this burning inferno, or this burning lava, whatever you want to call. You can picture that. So he was tormented by that. He was tortured, or he was consumed by all of this. But during the night, then that hot ground or that hot chamber would transform into a beautiful palace with offering goddesses, and then luxuries and provisions, that whatever he wanted would just naturally manifest like that. So that's one of the stories mentioned in the teaching. So taking a vow is a very, very important aspect of a factor, or whatever you want to call in our path. It's a training, it's a discipline, or it's a discipline, of course, and we are training our mind through that one precept that we take, and we stick, or we seriously observe or guard it in terms of whether from guarding it so that the precept is not broken, or guarding it so that what we need to abandon is abandoned. So we usually say what needs to be abandoned or cultivated, like that. So that's practice. Practice doesn't mean that we sit ourselves on the cushion and chant mantras and so like that. Practice is the discipline that what we commit to, that we can fulfill, or we can, how do you say that? So that you can master it. Whatever you think of, or whatever you commit to. Say, like that one precept that you committed to, or you vow to, that you can master it. You can bring to perfection. So, like that. So, and then you can reflect on that. How many people are there in this world who think in this way, of committing to abandon like a tiny non-virtue, like a tiny thing that causes harm to oneself eventually, and of course causes harm to others, temporarily or advantageously or now. So you should think like that. And these people have never heard of vow or training in such kind of manner, in such kind of aspect, such kind of way, let's say. So thinking like that, okay. Alu ngalu charo go ben asho. Aso gachine chilabde ami thombe nale. A message to
How does ordination vows differ from lay vows when the PRE
precepts. Mhm.
are the same.
Precepts are the same. Mhm. If you receive the Mahayana vow, in the Mahayana vow, like say the Bodhisattva vow, or Mahayana vow means the Bodhisattva vow, those qualities of the lesser vow, like in the Theravadin vow, are already there, contained in Mahayana. So if you have cultivated Mahayana vow, taken the Mahayana vow, the Bodhisattva vow, it's already there. If you're practicing it perfectly, or if you're practicing in a good way or correct way, or whatever you want to say, then of course you're not killing, you're not lying, you're not stealing, and so forth, are already in the Mahayana vow. If you have taken that, then the individual liberation vow need not be taken separately, because it's already there in the Mahayana vow. But if you haven't, then you should start like that, like taking one vow at a time. And then in the Mahayana vow, what you do is, having taken it, then every evening before you go to sleep, then you need to reflect. Did I generate unkind thought to somebody else? Did I generate selfish thought? Did I generate anger toward others? Did I generate desire, attachment, this kind of thing? You contemplate. It's important. It's not like, oh, it's there in the teachings, it's just mentioned. It does not mean that they are just there. It means that we need to practice it. That in the evening, you just reflect, oh, I kind of, you have like all this checklist. Then say, oh, I missed it. I messed here. I messed in this one, and so forth. Tomorrow, I will try my best to not do that again. So that's the commitment. You kind of revive your vow. And then you confess whatever mistakes that you have done. Then you confess by reciting the Confession Sutra. Like there's this confession to the 35 Buddhas. In the Mahayana practice, it's important to learn that confession. So you confess and go to sleep. And in the morning, you wake up and then you concentrate not to do those things again. You concentrate that you want to be selfless. You want to be loving, kind, compassionate to other beings. That's how you train yourself. You go on like that. Every evening you come, you do that. This is how the Bodhisattvas train. For monks, they have 1 month or 15-day period. For monks, they have 15-day period. But in the individual liberation vow, you have like until 15 day, like on the full moon, and on the new moon, then they gather together, or how'd you say, or you can do on your own. And then you read the sutra of that confession again. There's like, it's called sojong, repairing, reviving, whatever has been broken, whatever has been fallen or broken, you revive them. And whatever virtue that you have accumulated, you enhance, you prosper that. That's sojong. Yeah, we say whatever virtue that we have accumulated, we revive, meaning we pour more water and fertilizer, and we tend to it so that it prospers even more. And whatever non-virtue or any broken vows that we have done, we purify it. That's the practice of sojong. So they have 15 days until that time, then they can, reflect on it and, oh, I did this mistake. And then you talk to your teacher or to your seniors in the community or in the monastery, or whatever you have, or to your Dharma or to your Sangha brothers and sisters, and then say, oh, I made this mistake, I confess. Then, let my confessions or those negativities be purified, that my vow is revived. My vow is now alive. That's how they practice. And a monk who does not do that, then in their being, there is what is called as a corpse. A vow is considered to be an invisible form. Our body is a visible form, but the commitment and the vow that we take is an invisible form within us. So a body can only have one invisible vow form. If that invisible form of the vow is already a corpse, you cannot take another vow because it does not happen. That's how it is taught in the Vinaya. It does not happen. You can go to another teacher saying that, let me receive another ordination. It doesn't take place because there is a corpse inside. There's a dead body inside that it does not allow you to take another ordination. So what you do is you need to confess that you did this and that, whatever it is, or however serious it is. And then at that time, as you confess and you purify, then that dead vow is removed. And then thereafter, you can take another new ordination. Or we are talking here about the serious ones, like the fully ordained monks. They are like 4 pillars of their vow. If one is broken, it's crumbled. Like that. So the monks' individual liberation vows, because their vows are serious. But like the novice one, like a small ones and so forth, then when you do that, immediately you confess and you can repair that. You can revive it and you can go on from there. So in the teachings, it is mentioned like the vow of the individual liberation is like an earthen pot, like a clay pot. If you drop it, cracks into 1,000 of pieces like that. So it's irreparable. But in the Mahayana, the Bodhisattva vow, the vow is more like a gold pot. Gold pot, then when you bump it or when you dent it, you can kind of fix the dent. You can fix the dent like that. But in Vajrayana, it is like the Vajrayana Samaya is like gold. You can use it as anything. If you like it was an earring, so now the earring is broken, so you can melt it and you can pound it and you can make it as a ring or something else. You can always change, you can transform it. So such are the ways of how the trainings are aimed, because because of the power of the view, because of the vastness, the more profundity of the view, because the mindset of those beings are much more open and has more room for possibilities. But for those whose minds are narrower, who don't allow such possibilities, then there's not so much of these miracles and powers. They don't entertain such kind of like miraculous power and the power of wisdom and so on and so forth. They don't entertain. So they're very much like a scientist's mind. They need proof all the time. They need reasoning all the time. But so okay, anyway, so that's the way how it is. So we're talking about. So if you have the other, if you're holding onto your Mahayana vow perfectly, and then when you act out selfishly, and then immediately, at least by the evening or immediately, you should kind of catch yourself saying that, oh, this is not how I should act out, because I am a bodhisattva. I am a bodhisattva or a Mahayana practitioner on the path. That I shouldn't be selfish, because I have been selfish all my lifetime, but I have now met the Buddha's teachings that illuminates that in order to achieve Buddhahood, that I should be more selfless. I need to train in compassion. I need to train in loving kindness, equanimity, and so on and so forth, like that, that I should be able to discipline myself in practicing the perfections like that. So you should think like that and catch, and then immediately confess that, and then purify it, and then go on, carry on like that. And then Vajrayana, of course, Vajrayana every instant, because your awareness is there all the time. Every time your mind engages in duality and you get caught in that duality, then immediately you bring your awareness. And then you see, oh, I'm just drifting into non-recognition or this confusion. So I should recognize this. This is just clarity, this dynamic play of this miraculous awareness. So then like that you go on, then you recite Vajra Sattva mantra and you purify it. That's how you go on. So you have all of those. If you're holding on to your Vajrayana vow perfect, Vajrayana commitment, with the way of how this thing, the language or the terminology is used is, in the individual liberation, they would call it vow. In the Mahayana, they would call it trainings. In the Vajrayana, they call the commitment of the samaya, like that. So it's referring to the vow, because you promised that you would do this, you wouldn't do that. You promised, made this commitment saying that I will abandon this, I will cultivate that, this kind of thing, this and that there. So it's the application is the same, but the way of how they are termed according to the path is vow in the beginning, training in the middle, and then commitment in the end, like that. So this is how we are going to do tomorrow. So I just wanted to check how we So we'll have the camera like this, and then you'll see me, and then we'll all practice together. Make yourself a nice place to sit so that you can sit for 3 hours. So we are aiming for 3 hours now. So you should be able to sit in one spot without having to move around. So make yourself comfortable. Either you're sitting on a cushion or a chair or whatever you have. So make nicely. Anybody has a question? This is, I'm just talking about these things, but today's meeting is just a test for us so that tomorrow, we are waking up early and then I don't need to fumble around with all these gadgets. So I just wanted to make sure that our meeting will be smooth tomorrow. So, and test it. And also it's always a good occasion to talk to you all, a good opportunity to talk to you all. And so, yes.
Yes, hello, Kempola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, yes.
Hello, this is Frederic in Montreal. Hope you're well.
Okay, how are you, Frederic?
I'm doing well, thank you. I have one precise question. I've suffered shin bone and knee injury 9 months ago, and it's healing but slowly. I'm concerned about the prostration accumulation. I don't think my knee can take it.
Okay. So that was just a test. I'll come now there back to my computer seat and then I'll talk to you all in just a moment. These are just training procedure for me to see my camera and my devices. Just a moment.
Allô? Attends un petit peu, les photos. Les photos sont jeunes, n'est-ce pas? Je vais le prendre après, Coco. Laurent. Dépose la copie. Viens t'asseoir sur moi.
Excuse me, I'm coming. I'm not gone. I'm here, although you can see me.
Dire bonjour. Mon ami qui est
Allô?
sur main.
Hello, how are you? Okay.
T'asseoir sur moi. On a le temps pour le jus. Il est en train de changer d'ordinateur. No sound, Kimpola. No sound.
Hello.
Still no sound, sorry.
Is it better?
Oh, yes, now it's working. Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
So,
Okay.
if I may, this is my son Florent. You wanted to say hello? Nawang Palden.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Ça va bien?
Oh, wonderful. Stay well. Take good care of your dad. Okay. Eat well, eat healthy, and run around. Stay strong. And then think of good things, say good things, and do good things, okay? Wonderful. Okay. So anyway, the prostration. So we'll all do the long prostrations unless you have some kind of physical condition. So then do the shorter one. The shorter ones are the ones that we just, when we come to the shrine or when we see the Lama, we do the short one. These 5 points have to touch on the ground. Forehead, or palms, and on knees. Excuse me, there's someone entering. Okay. Okay. Hi. How do I say your name? Capuchin? How do you say your name? I'm sorry.
Hi,
Hi.
Capucine. It's
Capucine.
it's a French name.
Oh, hi. Comment allez-vous?
Ça va très bien, merci.
Okay. Finish now. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Okay, nice to see you. Okay, continuing where we were. So we do, like when we do the prostrations, your forehead, your palms, and your knees should touch on the ground. So when you are doing the full prostrations, of course, you are touching that. And then those of you who cannot, do the shorter one. On those of you who cannot, then I mentioned just do like this. So have a table here, say a table tall here, where you're having your practice text that you read, and on top of that one, have the Nyingthig refuge tree, the Longchen Nyingthig refuge tree. You can find on Google or online. You can print that and then keep it on the front. And your Lama's picture, because your Lama is the one who is the essence of all the refuge, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Idams and protectors and so forth like that. And then you can, on that table, you can put like a handkerchief or like a towel or something like that. Then you can go like this. So when you do the refuge prayer, like this, and touch your palms on the table, and then you touch your forehead down like that. So you count 1. So that will substitute for your prostrations for those who cannot do the long ones. So do that one. You have to do that. And you have to create the condition for doing that. If you don't have a table, it will not work. So you have to make something. You have to make all of those things so that you are actually touching your forehead. And it's not just like when you do like this, you count it. It's not like bowing down in the air will count as a prostrations. You have to touch your forehead on the table where there is the tanka or poster or postcard or whatever you have like that. So you have to do that. So
Thank you.
I think you can do that, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
So do that one. And yeah, and those of you who cannot do that, then if you have a stupa in your backyard, or if you have a stupa in your house, then you can put the stupa on a pedestal or wherever you have, then you can circumambulate the stupa. So circumambulate, when you come to, you start from the east, you go to south, west, north, and when you come to the east, you pull one bead as you are reciting the refuge. Again, you go one more round. When you come to the east, you pull another bead. So you can substitute for if you have physical condition like that, if your joints are stiff that you cannot bend and like that, and you can walk instead, you can do that. You have to do one or another. You cannot just, so you have to tell me what you have, like either you're going to do circumambulation or, you're going to do the long prostrations or the short prostrations or just the very short one on the table, or circumambulating around the stupa or whatever you have. You have to do. Otherwise, then one of the aspects of our Ngöndro is not there. You're not, you're skipping your prostrations. Then the Ngöndro is not complete.
Actually, Khenpo, based on the condition of my knee, because it's actually healing. It's healing slowly, but it's healing.
Oh yeah, no, for the time being, you can do that. Yeah, for the time being, do the short one.
Exactly.
And then as you heal and as you're able to, able to move perfectly, then you can catch from there. So just do it. So you can combine. You have to be skillful in your practices. Just because you cannot do that, you shouldn't leave it. So you substitute that for something else that it counts. And then Ngöndro is all about the confidence that we achieve. It's not like a degree. It's not like a certificate that we are acquiring from our Lama or something like that. It will be a confidence that we will build ourselves on our practice, or we will gain within our practice, that we have achieved. We have truly or really achieved. That is the confidence we gain. That's why it's called foundation. That's why your practice is stabilized, because there is something your practice now sits on. It's the confidence. Otherwise, when you don't have confidence, no matter however highest teaching you receive, you feel you got it, but you know that it collapses very soon. That's the whole intent of the foundation practice, is that you have a very firm, stable ground for supporting all your other main practices. That's it. That's why it's important. You got it?
Yes.
Khenpo,
yes.
How many prostrations are we going to be doing a day, do you think?
I think we'll be doing about 100 to about 150 to 200 prostrations at the most. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so
it won't begin from the first day, so it won't begin from tomorrow. So we will pick up somewhere in the middle. So it won't happen now. Don't be nervous. And but try every day. Try doing
so we can,
Brandon.
So if we can do say 10 long prostrations, and then can we do
the short ones?
Short ones like that?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But keep count. Long, just because I'm not able to do the long one, don't skip. Do the short one. And whatever that you are able to do it. And you're not going to count undone prostrations. You're going to be true to yourself. You're going to be committed to yourself. You're going to be mindful. You're going to be vigilant. You're going to be diligent. You're going to be hard on yourself. You're not going to be like lazy, like, oh, my body and so forth. You're going to be tough on yourself. You're going to be, this is the time, it's like you have the reins of your horse. Either you want to go up or down is in your hand. So like you are a skillful rider, so you know which way to maneuver or navigate or maneuver. Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, doesn't matter. If you cannot do the long one, just in your own pace. You don't have, just because somebody is going fast, you don't have to catch up with them. You can do on your own pace. So, we will all be doing together. It will be very lovely. It will be a very joyful practice for all of us. So be enthusiastic about, be how'd you say, excited.
Joyful effort.
Yeah, good. Yes. Thank you.
Kempo, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Ben. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I was wondering, so it said to get a prostration board. I think is what it said. So I got this this thing like from Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like smooth. Is there anything, some people have said, to prostrate with like socks or oven mitts on your hands and things like that. I wasn't sure if, or knee pads and things. Is there anything you recommend on doing a lot of prostration sliding in that way?
Yeah, where your knee usually lands and your forehead, you can keep like a soft towel on your forehead, and where your knee lands, you can have like those foam or paddings, so that it will be soft to land, meaning you don't crush your bones. You go slowly, and socks you can have, or first time don't try. First time just do with your own hand, and of course your natural sweat from your hand and so forth will try to stick on the thing. It will stick, and then keep a towel on the side every time, like you feel you're sweaty, you can wipe it. And then so just do it straight, bare hands. Just do bare hands in the beginning. And I don't think we will really need gloves and so forth, because we are not doing a lot. If you are doing, because from my experience and so forth, I never wore socks or anything in my hand, because monks and other practitioners, they aim to finish prostrations in 1 month, so when they're younger. So then in 1 month you are doing meaning every day you are doing at least 3,500 prostrations. So your entire day, soon as you wake up, you do prostrations, and all you do is just the time that you waste is just cook and eat, or go to the store to buy and eat and so forth like that. So they can accomplish that. For them, then they need, because they're doing it very fast, like that, they're just on accumulation. Their intention is just to get the numbers. For them, they need that, traditionally they don't have gloves or anything. It's like a small, like a kitchen pot
holder like that. It's like a napkin or some kind of, what you call that in the kitchen, you have to hold the pots when it's hot. It's something like that. It's made out of some rough material. It's on the ground. So when you don't bring it together with your hand, so when your hands up here, your hands bare like this, like that, like that. But when you go down, it's already on the table, on the prostration board. You land your hand there and you kind of glide or you slide on that one. And then you pull it down. Again, then you stand up. Again, your hands go like this. Again, when you go down, you slide on that and you can put it here and you go like this. So that's the way of how it is done when you're doing a lot of prostrations, because when you, after you're done about 1,000 prostrations, depending on where you are, like in India, it can be very humid and hot. But in like in Bhutan or like in the cold places, you don't have to worry much because you kind of balance the outer cold and your body is not so much. And also it depends on your body. Some people sweat a lot, some don't. So you just, for now, keep those things, but don't use in the beginning, okay? In case you need it, we'll use it. So you don't really need to use socks on your hands. It's just, it's like a towel folded into like 4, like a face towel folded in 4, and then you just go like that.
And you keep that down there ready for when you
Yes, you hold onto that one and you go like that. You will see, you might have seen on YouTube or like that how people do their prostration like that. So you didn't get the calendar yet, but when you get the calendar, you'll get an idea what we will be doing when you get the calendar. So you are all like wild horses right now. Need to be broken or need to be corralled. So okay, how does one?
Kimpola,
Yes.
how would you like us to time the refuge and bodhicitta prayers during the prostrations? Like, would you like us to say the refuge prayers we go down and bodhicitta as we come up, or just continuously recite? I've heard it both ways. I wasn't sure what you would like.
Here, what we're trying to do is accomplish according to the original Longchen Nyingthig tradition. This is the mind training way. So in the Longchen Nyingthig, after students receive the teachings from their Lama, then they go out, they just take these 111 days or 100 and some days aside, then they go out and then they do this, that's why it's called the 100-day mind training retreat. We'll try to do it according to that one. There are 2 ways of doing this 100-day mind training retreat. One, according to how our Lord Protector or our lineage master, like Chapje Jadar Rinpoche's master, the one who wrote down this 100-day, this guideline for the 100-day retreat is Khenpo Ngakchung, the manual of the words of my perfect teacher, the one who wrote that one. He has this perfect guidelines of how it is done. So we are following according to that one, and that is how Chapje Jadar Rinpoche did. That's how Chapje Dulgo Chenchen Rinpoche did. That's how our other lamas have done. So Longchen Nyingthig lineage, I have a lot of lineages of Longchen Nyingthig. One from Chapje Jadar Rinpoche coming, one from Chapje Dulgo Chenchen Rinpoche coming, another from Chapje Penno Rinpoche coming, another one from Khenpo Munsal coming to Khenpo Ngakchung's his own incarnation, Duku Nima Gyaltsen. So
we have like a very good lineage of Longchen Nyingthig. So, you know, there will be the book that I mentioned in that one, the lineage is mentioned according to Chapje Dulgo Khenze Rinpoche, coming to Chukosanga Rinpoche, and then to me, like that lineage. Like, so this is fine, you know. The realization of the lamas are inseparable in the expanse of one wisdom. So they are not different. They are all one lama. So we shouldn't. So these lamas, they did this, did these training according to this style, the 100-day retreat. Then 100-day retreat, Khenpo Ngakchung gives us two options: to do it elaborately according to the Semning also, resting in the nature of mind. These practices are derived according to Longchen Ba's resting in the nature of mind, that Semning also, and how you contemplate on each and every aspect of this training like that. So that's the most elaborate way. If you're doing that, then the prostrations are set aside. Prostrations you will do only later. Prostrations are set aside, that you are focusing primarily this 100-day just on mind training, just on the mind training. So nothing else, no prostrations and so forth like that. That's the most elaborate way of doing it. And he kind of gives us permission, saying that, yeah, you can do the prostrations along with these 100-day retreat. So we'll be doing the not so elaborate way, but the lesser elaborated way. So in the calendar, we have that. So the way to do it is, we start from tomorrow morning, and there's the preliminary of the preliminaries. That's how to wake up, how to sit, how to expel the stale energy from your body or the stale wind from your body by doing the 9-round breathing, and then how to bless your tongue and how to power your tongue so that every recitation is coming out as Vajra speech, like that. And those are, and then the way you breathe in, how you nest your breathing, how you exhale your breathing, and so forth. All of these things are the preliminaries of the preliminaries. So that we'll learn. And then we'll go now to doing the actual Ngöndro. So the actual Ngöndro has to be done. We need to open the prayers, and then we go all the way down to Guru Yoga. We once go all the way down to Guru Yoga before we do any accumulation. We go down, and then once we finish Guru Yoga, then we come back to our mind training. What is that? To read the first hour, meaning now how many minutes have you left, because we spend so much time in doing the Guru Yoga and all of those practices, opening our session. So we might not have 1 hour, so maybe we have 45 minutes, or whatever we have. We are now reading. Each one of us will have our books in front, and you can bring multiple books on Ngöndro. And this Ngöndro itself has its own instruction. It is called the Illumination of the Path of Excellence. It is by Jamyang Khenze Wangpo. It's a commentary on the Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro. So you can read your manual text. You can read your Words of My Perfect Teacher by Patrul Rinpoche. You can read on Words of My Perfect Teacher, the manual of the Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro. And you have any other additional material that you want to read during that time, you're allowed. So you read for the first hour. And then the second hour, you lay aside your books and just sit and analyze. You're thinking, you're what you call contemplating. That is this, how do you're bringing this to your experience. I am not saying be skeptical. Our mind is always skeptical, meaning our mind is always asking questions and so forth. But you also have to understand that there should be a balance, that we should actually appreciate or value the wisdom of these teachings. Otherwise, we'll be like scientists. Until someone who is dead comes and talks to you, you will not be convinced that there is life after death, or some of those kind of things. They want real proof. But now our trust is based on all this lineage gurus and the wisdom teachings. That, of course, it doesn't mean that you don't lose your smartness. You are still wise, able to discern, able to understand what is correct and what's not. So in these, when you're contemplating, what you need to do is what's explained in the thing. So say, hell being, we are talking on health realm. We're talking on animal realm. We are talking about the hungry ghost realm and so forth. Are they there? Although I don't see hell with my own eyes, but I see there are beings who live this hellish situation. Similarly, like that, there are like beings who live this hungry ghost situation, like that. If I were to be born in such kind of situation, would I be able to practice Dharma? Would I be able to know Dharma? Those kind of. So you're contemplating that one. So in the first 3 days, we'll be now this is a question to all of us. This is a question because I don't want to discourage you. We feel alarmed, like saying, maybe this is too many long days that I will not be able to commit like that. But if you really think clearly, 3 hours means nothing. 3 hours is, that's the 3 hours is the least that we could actually allocate our time of the day in our practice. That's absolutely considerable. We are not demanding too much from our daily life. But we are committed here to wake up in the morning 4 to 7. And that, of course, that's something demanding. That's the training that we are willing to take. So this is my question with you all, that in the traditional mind training, 1 day has 4 sessions. Each session is either 2.5 hours to 3 hours. So in the beginning, I was thinking, maybe, I might discourage some students that this will go too long. But then secondly, I thought that why not? Let us do it, So now, because we are spending only 3 hours a day, that means we need to do 4 days.
that equal to 1 day of our mind training. Okay, you understand that? Did you get that?
Yes. Thank you for challenging us, Kim.
Yeah. So, okay. But, like sometimes because of some unexpected reason and so forth, you might not be able to do along with us, but you should make the commitment that you will do on your own at a different time of the day, before the day comes to an end or before you go to sleep. You should make that commitment. That is the commitment that is required from you. Otherwise, you will lag. Then you miss 3 hours, 6 hours. Then your mind, this samsaric habit is very clever. Is very, very clever. And of course, unskilled. So, he will ruin our practice. It will ruin our practice. So I encourage you to be vigilant. If you miss in the morning, please make that time somewhere in the other part of your day. Don't miss. Please don't miss. I have committed myself to doing it. So I encourage you all to do the same. Otherwise, it's just like we are all hiking together. And if somebody kind of slows down, we will just now start to ungroup ourselves from the pack. And you'll be way, further they move forward, you'll lag behind. That will happen. So I don't want that to happen with anyone. You think clearly. 3 hours of your practice, 3 hours of your day is nothing. It's nothing. You spend more time in front of your TV than 3 hours. I'm absolutely sure. Or something else.
Kempola, if I may, could I ask a question, please?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there are 3 of us from Montreal. So with the time difference, 4 to 7 for us makes from 7 to 10 a.m. For most people, for working day, it's a challenge.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Is
you
it possible
choose your
for
time. Yeah, you choose
Okay.
your time. You do on
Okay.
your time. So if you're going to work at 7, start at 3:30. So 3:30 to 6:30. So that you have 30 minutes to prepare for going to work. So do that. Don't wait for California time.
So it's okay if we do basically the one from the day before.
Yes. So
Perfect.
yes, because you want to know what we will be doing tomorrow. So you can, I would kind of say, watch that during the day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that you do it during the evening or you do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you start day after, what is the style it's done. Then you do before us, you're doing it. So tomorrow you'll get a picture of how it is done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
you
you
get
so
an
much.
experience, you get the tradition or the, how do you say, you feel how it is done. Okay.
Thank you, Kempola.
Yeah. Just because you're on a different time, don't leave it. Pull your time forward. So then you start on your own, your time in Montreal. You do like 3 or 4, whichever, before you go to work.
Perfect.
And if you think that, maybe I don't have 3 hours in the morning, then do 2 hours in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. Or you can do 1 hour or 1.5 hour in the morning, 1.5 hour in the evening. So whatever suits best for you. But
the best is to do all 3 hours at one time. That's the best thing, because that's how it will affect your mind. It will affect your mentality or your practice. You feel there is a discipline to do this practice as a whole, as one piece. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we wish to do more, you recommend a specific contemplation or just prostration practices, yidam?
You can do other practice. You can do other practice. This is just 3 hours then, because we are following the calendar. So what you're doing, it will throw you out from there. So
Perfect.
just do 3 hours. 3 hours of what needs to be done for this training. If you want to do other practice, that's fine. But don't bring this practice in, don't bring other practice in this calendar. Likewise, don't distort it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Furniture gliders. It's like the dolly. Furniture glider. Is it the dolly you're talking? Jan Newman? You mentioned about the furniture gliders. I don't hear you. I think your mic is muted.
Yeah, they're you can get them on Amazon. They're like Teflon on the bottom, something like that. That you can put under your furniture so that it's slides on the carpet.
Okay, cool.
So it's like you were saying with, they stay on the board or on the floor. And then
you can make like a bungee thing on your ceiling. So that when you go down, you bounce, like you go down, then you come up easily. So you have your bungee on your back, or what you call all that saddle thing.
Yeah,
whatever works, do it. Whatever works.
But it's just so you don't your hands.
Don't hurt yourself. Yes, whatever helps. Yes. If you need to be harnessed to the wall.
Like having a bungee from the ceiling would be good, but my ceilings are like 40 feet high.
Yeah, you have to get the what you call the truss or that one, otherwise not just the drywall. I will come down with you. Okay. Anybody else has question?
I have a question.
This is I'm just testing it on. Let's see if it's working on the YouTube. Oh yeah, it's going on YouTube. So if you search on, see there.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. It's working. That's fine. Okay. So glad it's working.
Can you hear me, Kempo?
Yes, I do.
I was going to ask if you were mentioning there's a few days, 4 days, that there's going to be 4 sessions in one day, is what I understood. Did I understand that right? Would that be 12 hours in one day?
No, traditional. Okay. Traditionally, we have 4 sessions every day. So each session consists of 2.5 hours or 3 hours. But since we are doing 3 hours every day, then we have to do 4 days to equalize this 1 day mind training. Okay. So then then we will do what we are doing tomorrow. What we will be doing day after is exactly like tomorrow. What we'll be doing day after tomorrow will be exactly like tomorrow. What we'll be doing the day after tomorrow will be exactly like tomorrow, because that's the first day's mind training, which will be exactly the same. Okay. So for 4 days, we'll be doing exactly what we did on the first day of the things, because we are doing, now if you're comparing to the chart or the calendar, then we cannot say we have done 1 day mind training, because we have only done 1 session of the first day. Okay, you got that?
I understand now.
Okay. So if you are able to do, like say, if you are going to allocate your day 6 hours, a day practice, then yes, of course, you can go ahead of us. Sure. Because after that, once you know how it is done, then it is pretty much the same format, because it's the same format of how it is done. So I wouldn't stop you doing that. Once, then you can take 2, you can do like, so it will be lesser days for you.
I understand. And
okay, you got it?
It's for a year, right? So I was thinking to try to complete the Ngöndro in a year if I had extra time, maybe do extra prostration one day or something.
Oh, of course. Yes,
like
yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That would be okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. This is the most authentic way of doing the Ngöndro. This is, others are doing Ngöndro, but they're missing a lot. They're just doing so their requirements are kind of achieved. That's all. This mind training has all the elements or all the factors of how it needs to be practiced precisely. Wonderful. You'll understand that. And once you have done that, you talk to other people who have done Ngöndro. Many will have no idea. Many will have no idea that it was to be done in that way. Or it had to be done that way. Okay? Anyone else? Couple scene? Okay? You got it? You understood?
Kimpala, could you send out the links on those Longchen texts that you were
mentioning? Yes. Okay. You know this one, yeah?
Let me see. Oh, yes. I have many copies of that.
Yeah, this one. The other one is this one.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Guide to the work.
I have that one downloaded on my phone.
Okay, good. So this two is what you read.
Okay, yeah, the Patro Rinpoche.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But in one of your emails, you had something, you said put a group of Longchen texts on your altar.
Oh, that one is for the Wednesday class for the future.
Oh, okay.
It's the treasury. The one that you see back there, this one, other ones, those.
Uh,
Precious treasure, basic space of phenomena, precious treasury of pith instructions, scriptural transmissions, and philosophical schools and so forth. Those
Okay.
ones. And then there is one by Sangye Ngöndro and Lama Chanamla. They have the precious treasury of the genuine meaning, which Richard Barron or Chokinima did not translate, so that's one. And then I think there is one that is not yet translated, or maybe there's a project going on, I have no idea. It's the precious treasury of the supreme vehicle.
And those are different from the divine chariot, right? There's
Yeah.
no Nigalso.
Yeah. Okay. And Francius, how do we say name? Francis D. Nevers, Byron.
Hello there. Hello, Kempo.
How are
My
you?
name, I'm very fine, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. My name is François. It's a little bit hard to pronounce.
Francois. Okay. Thank you. You should tell me. You should correct me because I'm, of course, I'm from Bhutan, so these names are, and I'm, I don't want to offend, or I don't want to hurt your feelings by pronouncing your name.
No problem. People call me Frank normally.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
thank you
where are you?
I'm in Montreal, Canada as well.
Wonderful. Okay, Montreal, Canada. And Capucine, where are you?
Montreal too.
Montreal. Yeah. Okay. Well, wonderful. Okay. So not in France. So at least closer.
I'm French. Yeah, I'm French, but I live in Montreal. Yeah.
Okay. So okay. Then of course. So Jason, you said you're now in where? Delaware or somewhere?
No, I'm in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Okay.
At the university here.
Bloomington. Okay. Good. I had read your email because you're doing the university program. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. So whatever works for you, do that, and it will be wonderful for all of us, together doing this one, and then it will be like a core sangha in our mind. So do that, okay? And I know Linda, Alexis in Los Angeles, and Jan in Montana, Jangchu Dorkar in Canada, Susie in Salt Lake, Juan in El Paso, Texas, Alexander in California, Los Angeles, Brandon here, and I didn't know who is this phone number, 406. Anyway. Okay. Okay, anybody else has any question? So main thing, make that environment, create that space for you to practice. Whatever kind of uplifts your spirit or encourages you, inspires you to do your practice, do that one. Everything contributes in every aspect, in every way, whether it will encourage you or whether it will discourage you or frustrate you or, inspire you, is all in those tiny little space, a tiny little aspects of the space that we create. So I want you all to do that. You don't have to make it fancy like my place here. My wife always scolds me, like, you buy so many things, you know, like it's too much. You have no room, so probably you have to move out for these things to go in the house. So yeah, but simple, just like in a meditation cave, you know, they have nothing, absolutely nothing. They don't even have a table. They don't even have a proper table. It's just a platform on a rock. It's just like a, and when we talk about platform, it's not even a like a fine surface platform. It's like a wavy kind of platform there. You know, they make it work. So, but it inspires them. You know, like, it's not like, oh, you know, it's not good for my practice, I should go find another meditation place. Not like that. Whatever they have there, completely satisfied, joyful, you know, joyful to be breathing every breath of the day or every breath of the air that's there. Like that. Oh. It will be much quieter tomorrow morning because right now my wife is cooking, so you can hear the pots and pans and the water running and so forth.
It's okay, I'm done.
No
Hello, Kempala. You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, this is Brandon from Montana. I was that other number. I just didn't know how to get my mic on.
Hey, Brandon, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I actually learned about this through Jan, so thank you, Jan, and thank you, Kempala, for offering your teachings, and I look forward to more of these. Thank you so much.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm happy to hear from you. It's been a long time. You know, when was the last time you visited Los Angeles? Like 2 years ago?
Right before your move, right before you moved houses.
Oh, no, we haven't moved. We were about to move. We were going to move, but we're still in the same place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, thank you for your teaching. I look forward to participating whenever I can, and I'm appreciative of everything you're offering and all the people involved, and Jan for saying, hey, this is out there, so I need to, I think, get on your mailing a bit better.
Thank you, yeah. Anybody you think is struggling with the Ngöndro, or you know, anybody you could think, just tell them, you know, we all share one Lama, one lineage. You know, Buddha Shakyamuni is our teacher. So we are not, you know, we don't think that we have different lineage like that. So everybody, once we accomplish Ngöndro, everybody has a very stable platform or stable foundation for other practices to fit in perfectly, like as every piece of a jigsaw puzzle takes, you know, its right place there. It will fit perfectly.
So can I ask, Kempala?
Yes. Yes.
So when do we accomplish our Ngöndro? Because we continue it through our Dzogchen practice even. So is accomplishment on numbers, or is it more based on
this intensive Ngöndro accumulation is aimed at 111 days. 111 days times 4. So 444 days, at least 444 days. So those of you hearing this number, don't be alarmed. You know, we were saying 1 year, but 100-day mind training is the title, but it is done 111 days and more than that too. But the most elaborate, as I mentioned earlier, that there are 2 ways of doing this mind training. If you want to do the longer one, then you do 146 days times 4 or like that. So we are aiming to complete all the five requirements. That's like the refuge, bodhicitta, 100-syllable mantras, the mandala offerings, and the guru yoga, prostrations, let's say prostrations, plus the siddhi, plus meaning the Vajra Guru mantra that has a requirement that we need to accomplish during the Ngöndro practice. And of course, because this is done according to the mind training, this is the mind training. So each and every aspect of the outer preliminaries is done in a very elaborate way. So we talk about, hell realm. We talk about like the propensities of, what hinders our Dhamma. Although we have fortunate human birth that you might consider that you have human birth, but if your mentality, if your way of how you think, you're always preoccupied by worldly goals or worldly aims and so forth, then it is mentioned that although you have attained your human body like a jewel, like a ship through the jewel island, but disturbed mind or a possessed mind makes that support unsuitable of achieving liberation. So there are the 34 factors in the Longchen Nyingthig. This is the unique or the extraordinary feature of Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro, is because they have these 34 elements on contemplating on fortunate human birth. When we talk fortunate human birth, usually it's generalized as the 8 freedoms from the 8 unfree states and the 5 freedom or 5 conditions that are independent and the 5 conditions that are dependent on others. Then they total 18 factors of fortunate human birth. But in Longchen Nyingthig, we have furthermore 8 and 8 and like that. So then it become 34 factors. So this is a very vigorous, that's like a very thorough training. As I always say that, there is only one thing that obstructs our practice. Nothing else in the world, nobody else in the world, but only our mind. Our mind is the one that is the only obstacle. The way we think, the way we believe, the way we habituate, or that's the only obstacle. So in the mind training, you completely, find that one, and we talk about the suffering of samsara. Then by the end of the mind training, you'll get a clear picture of what it means, why the lamas are talking about this suffering of samsara so elaborately in the beginning of the teachings. Why the lamas are talking about this motivation that we need to cultivate in the beginning of our practice again and again and so forth. You'll understand that. In traditional Tibetan teachings, the lamas will teach on cultivating your motivation, on
what you need to adapt, what you need to adopt, or what you need to abandon, and so forth, for 10-15 minutes every day, every session, again and again and again. It's like you go crazy. But there is a purpose of it. So then through this mind training, you will get a clear picture, you get an experience, why we need to train, in these aspects. So we'll do that. So this is really, good aspiration. Also, I think it is a good attempt, or a very ambitious attempt, or very ambitious goal of mine, that I hope that it will be successful, that I pray to all the lamas, the lineage gurus, Guru Rinpoche, the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and protectors, Dakinis, and so forth, that we will be able to accomplish. Because these are the heart essence, these are the Dakini's sweet spot. This is the Dakini's heart essence, that it's only given to those with fervent faith and devotion. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be bribed. It's mentioned in Mifam Rinpoche's prayer, saying that even if we were to decorate this whole world with jewels and so forth and offer to the Dakinis, we wouldn't be able to bribe the Dakinis to give their heart essence. For it is only given to those with fortunate karma and aspirations. So I think the Dakinis will be on our side. Okay.
Temple,
Yes.
will you send out a Zoom link for this class, or?
Yes. That I have to learn. And maybe Lindsay will do that thing and will send you. Yeah. So we have to, I think there's a way to do that. I think it's sharing the calendar or something like that. I have no idea, but maybe Brandon or Lindsay might know more about it. So we'll do that. That way on your calendar, when you click, it goes directly to your Zoom link or something like that. Do that. Okay.
Thank you.
I can work on it. This is Brandon. I can try to help with that also. We'll send you an email or a text and see what I can do to help out, or Lindsay, maybe you and I can connect on it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Will you be sending out your translation of Longchen, Nyingthig, and Ngöndro? Is there an accumulation comment for the Kusili Chota as well? Nick is asking this question here. Will I be sending out the Ngöndro translation? Yes, the recitation will be done according to the translation that I did long time ago, and Sepa, our Dhamma friend, our Vajra brother, he helped us, polish the translations. And this time, translation is something, just because of my limitation of the knowledge, the language and knowledge and so forth. So every time it needs to be corrected and so forth. But I say repolished or edited this time. This is a new version of
it's based on the previous version, but every year we have a few things that we try to change, like that. Try to make it more precise to the original, with more correct or actual, or to be more true to the original text. So this one I started more than 20 years ago translating, so it's constantly kind of being refined or filtered. Yeah, so we'll be using that text, and this is the text that I mentioned. It is the commentary on the Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro by Jamyang Khyentse Wangpo. It's called The Illumination of the Path of Omniscience. Earlier I said excellence. It's the illumination of the path of omniscience. Namkhen Lamzang. So it's the Longchen Nyingthig, the famous Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro. Longchen Nyingthig, when we say Longchen Nyingthig, it's the revelation of Jigme Lingpa. Jigme Lingpa is the guru who is inseparable from Longchen Pa, that he has so much inspiration of Longchen Pa that he constantly supplicated to Longchen Pa, and then he's supposed to have three or four visions of Longchen Pa, like that, and then he who became inseparable, and that having that blessings, or that these realization oozed or erupted or forth from his wisdom mind, that he wrote this cycle of Longchen Nyingthig. So that, and the Ngöndro is not actually structured like how we are reciting, but the lamas then after, like Jigme Gyalwe, Nyugu, Jigme, like Patrurumbache, Khyentse Wangpo, and all of the lamas in our lineage, they kind of assemble together because the refuge is somewhere, the bodhicitta is there, the 7 branches are somewhere, and then the Vajrasattva is somewhere else, and then the Guru Yoga is somewhere else. So all of these elements were brought together into one way of how a person wanting to practice foundation, or like the Ngöndro practice, is to be done. That is all compiled together. So that became the structured Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro, and then Khyentse Wangpo wrote the commentary. There are many other commentaries of Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro, but the translation that I had done, and the one that you'll be receiving, is the one that is commented by Khyentse Wangpo, who is none other than Jigme Lingpa himself, or inseparable from Longchen Pa. So Khyentse Wangpo is Khyentse, he is the emanation of Jigme Lingpa, that's why his name is Khyentse. So Khyentse Wangpo commented on his own writing, so it's just like, illuminating his own writing of many lifetimes past. So that one is what is translated. When you read it, you'll find out it's very helpful, because it has so many commentaries, so many, commentaries, explanations, let's say, explanations on each and every part and how it is to be done. So you'll see that. So we'll be using that. And if you have any other, like sometimes there are, somebody left there. Here the dogs.
You can hear the dogs.
Yeah, so like that. And so you have to have these two plus the Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro. Sering Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro aksilame ya pala yun Nyingthig Ngöndro pachali. Maulu. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. So here, so one part question of Nick was that will we be using that text? Yes, we will be using that text. The next part is everybody is asking about the Kusali Mandala, which is the mendicant's offering, which is the practice of cutting the 4 maras and offering your body as offering. It's a mandala offering, or the offering and accumulation of merit, called the mendicant's mandala offering. Traditionally, the mandala offering does not need any accumulation. It does not require that we do 100,000. It's not required, or it's not asked to do that one. Well, what we do is we'll do the sadhana every day, meaning we'll do the entire recitation of the Longchen Nyingthig every day. And every day we are going to do, the Kusali accumulation, and then there will be few recitation of Om Ahu mantra, and that suffices for all that is required for the Ngöndro. We don't need specific accumulation of. This is the text, the illumination of the excellent path of omniscience. This is the one. That's the translation. This is my old copy, but my newer edition has a few language change. So if you have this, some of you already have this one, because Chukwusanga Rinpoche students, other students have been using this, but this is the revision. No, this is not the revision, but the electronic copy has the revision. So. This is the electronic copy, so it's the same one here, but that's the one. So we'll do that, and then I haven't sent out yet, but I have to send out. There is a Ngöndro accumulation logbook that you can print it out. It's just simple. It has a Ngöndro accumulation, which year, and then what date that you accumulated, how many refuges, how many bodhicitta, or how many bodhicitta refutation, and then prostrations. This in the beginning, we won't be doing prostrations, so like that. You will know, because you don't want to give out everything in the first. This is just an introduction. So once we begin, the style of how the Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro is done according to the mind training will be, we will learn. So we do, and then we will understand how it is done. It's not about talking. And you want to learn, you want to understand it all right now, but it's a good thing, but traditionally it's learned as we go along. It's not like you have all the knowledge in the first day of the class. Lama Thachen Rinpoche would say, the professor and the class said, "Oh, I will teach you everything today." And then the student said, "What will you teach tomorrow if you teach everything today?" So, okay. Another. Will you please send it out to Grace so we can print it out? Yes. That Lindsay is going to send out, so you will all get it. So. Oh, I think if you look on the chat board of this Zoom, Lindsay has already included the links, and also please do that. So there are few prayers that I'm lagging. You know, I translated that to find out where they are. And I also have what is called an additional Longchen Nyingthig Ngöndro. I did it, but never had the time to further edit it. Or let's see. This is one called Longchen Nyingthig Additional Prayer Book. So there are few prayers that we need to learn. Like in the commentary of Longchen Nyingthig, it is mentioned which prayers that you need to recite and so forth. So it's a practice from the moment you wake up or rise from your bed till the time you fall asleep. So then there are different prayers that you need to recite and learn like that. So it's in this one. I did this compilation because there were some students who were doing 100-day retreat, and they, this was like a support for them to do that. So we don't need to know them all now, but there are a few that we need to include. So those will also be sent out, and it will take some will take time. So I would send out. So we'll try to do as precisely as how it is done in the lineage. So, and I want you all to do it correctly. I want you all to be doing the same. So, okay. Okay. Are you going to send the link, Zoom link? Yeah, we'll try. He'll try. Yeah. Yeah, Zoom link and all, and we'll do that. So, and yeah, just keep your mind open. Don't bring too much fear. Like maybe Kempo is going to ruin 2 years of our life. Don't think like that. Oh, my freedom! I have now lost my independence. Like now I'm like a prisoner. Like no time to party. Like oh no, my calendars are all blocked and so forth. Don't think like that. Okay, just keep it open and think again clearly. Like 3 days of our day, allocating ourselves in our practice is not a big demand. It's not. It is very considerable. It's very, very achievable. Okay. And yeah, as I told you earlier, that there will be some demand that will be required, meaning it's a training. It will be a training for you, like waking up early, giving up your laziness. And then, like there will be pain, some kind of thing, like, oh, sitting in the cushion is painful, or the knees aching and so forth. But it's a way of how we purify our karma. So practice should be joyful, not like a torture. No, we should take it, oh, how joyful. Even if I ache and pain, I'm happy because I'm wearing off my karma. I'm paying off my karma like that. Even if I die, I'm joyful, for I will merge in the basic space, those kind of things. So you should be always joyful. Okay? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can party. Nick's saying I'll still party. Of course. Don't give up partying, because that's one important part of our life, is to enjoy. So, and yeah, and the important thing is to remember of the Buddha and our lamas and our blessings during the time when we are parting. We only remember, or we try to say, oh, Guru Rinpoche, when you're hurting, when something happens to you, then only you think, oh, Guru Rinpoche, please help me. But not even when we are, whenever, whatever the case, either in pain or joy or happiness or sorrow, always you should think like that. It will be wonderful. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm also nervous. I'm also kind of scared, like you all. It's just like what you call that bungee jumping. It's just like those, you have seen I've seen only on YouTube or videos like that. It feels adventurous, but once I think when you are kind of all the thing, the harness, the belts and so forth are there, you kind of, it's too late to say no. So I'm sorry, you're all too late now. Okay. So, okay, thank you very much, everybody. I think this is working. So this is just a test, and also, you got some information about the practice. And set your alarm. Don't drink coffee. And set your alarm. Just have hot water. Just hot water or cold water like that. And because you just want to have your energy natural, just natural. You usually think, oh, in the morning you should drink coffee to wake up, but it stirs different energy. So don't drink coffee in the morning. If you're addicted to coffee for now, just kind of resist yourself. And you don't have to eat or drink anything. And this is just the morning, so morning session, and then yeah, we'll find out. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, the mandala. Many of you are asking for mandala. Mandala is yet to come, so we have a few months to get to the mandala. So don't worry about it. Mandala. Lindsay sent out an email saying that we should prepare our mandala. We should have two. One with all the different, it's called the 37 mandala, or the 3-layer, the 3-level mandala that we have. It's a traditional mandala thing with some are just plain and simple, some are elaborate with carvings and embossing and so forth like that. You can have that one. That will be the support mandala on the shrine. The other one is a pan that you have on your hand, which is called the accumulation mandala. So 2 of those. We'll talk as we go along. So then you can order online, or we'll think about that. If you want to buy, then maybe we can. There is a Dharma friend of ours who is in Kathmandu, in the Ngöndro. He's a practitioner. He has helped our Sangha members acquire some of the Dharma things like the statues and tormas and so forth, which kind of helps support his practice there, because he is doing retreat there. Then also it will be a good way that we can buy from him, and we support his practice, as well as we get the things which will be much cheaper than buying here in America. So I'm not saying you should buy from him, but what I'm saying is this is just an opportunity that we could help him, because I talked to him and then he was saying, if I can ask our Sangha members to do that. So and he will pick a nice one, and he will give us a different price range, and whatever you feel comfortable, then you can buy that. And then the shipping we can all share together. So then when we break down the shipping, it won't be too much. So we can do that. We can all order at once. We have quite some time till we reach a mandala offering, so don't hurry now. It's okay. But we need if you already have, that's fine. If you don't have, we need one, which is the support mandala. So when Lindsay sent out, you need 2 mandalas. It was referring to one, which is the support mandala. That's the whole 3,000-fold universe or the world system that we are visualizing. And then the other one is the mandala pen that we have. And then we'll need grains and whatever you want, like jewels and semi-precious stones or whatever you have. That one we'll talk as we go along. So yeah, think about that. And then yeah, we'll all keep in contact. I don't know anything if I missed, but yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Those are essential things, yes, because mandala is the accumulation of merit. You need that. Unless you are like too broke, then you can make out of rock. You can stack like flat rock, then on top of flat rock, stack another flat rock. On top of that one, stack another flat rock, and then on top of that, another rock. Then on top of that one, you can stack some kind of a conical or like a pointy rock, visualizing that one. That will suffice. That's the mandala's essence, mandala offering's essence. But if you're in a position to, if you can afford, then that rock is not going to work for you, okay? That rock mandala will not work for you. And that's called greed. That's called stinginess. And accumulation of merit is a practice of generosity and giving and so forth like that. So a rock mandala for a king will not work. For a wealthy person, a rock mandala, stone mandala will not work. You have to perhaps buy a diamond-studded mandala. 24-karat gold mandala pen. Yeah, go for that one. And not artificial diamond, real diamond from Brazil. Okay? Or from any other part of the world. Maybe the Kohinoor, you know, the Kohinoor jewel, that one. So yeah, like that. Just saying, I'm just kidding. So anyway, whatever you have will do. So. Nothing to worry about now, except for the materials that you have, either electronic copy or the hard copy that you have. That's all. I don't see anything to be nervous about. Those of you who are already feeling the pinch in your body of the prostrations and so forth, be relaxed. No, you don't have. We are not starting prostrations starting tomorrow. It will be some time. But like, you know, you Westerners always do before you hike to the Everest or to the Himalayas, you kind of train yourself, you know, like you to, not to get the high, what you call the altitude sickness and so forth. So you can practice. I need to do that too, because my belly, I need to, otherwise I will be like breathing very hard. So I need to lose some weight too. My wife tells me to walk around the block but then I'm too lazy, like I'm always inside the house. I need to do that. So I do a little bit of woodwork. When I do woodwork, then I get some physical exercise because I'm always working hard, and sweating. So I haven't done that. So, but it will be okay. It will be very joyful. You will all qualify as yoga masters by the end of the Ngöndro teaching. I'll give you a certificate saying they're yoga teachers. Okay. Okay. Who else has any question?
Kempola, this is Susie.
Yes. Hi.
One of your students asked if they could see a photo of mandala support. Can you show them yours?
Yeah, my mandala is inside.
Oh.
Sure. I can show you. Sure. Basho, check your basho.
Thank you.
You see inside there? You see it?
I see it. I know what I'm looking for. Others might not.
The
But
gold.
thank you.
Mine is like, the Kohinoor mandala. Look there. That one with all the coral and the pearls and crystals and so forth. You see that? And inside there, that one. Okay. Not this one. This is the front mandala here, but that mandala over there. You see that?
Thank you, Kamala.
That's the support mandala. Okay.
Kempala, this is Brandon in Missoula. I'm wondering if I can get the link, or maybe Lindsay, you and I can connect so I can pop into the loop a little tighter.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I will text Lindsay your number and then you can talk with her. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Brendan. Take care. You stay well. Okay. Keep practicing.
Absolutely. There's nothing else other than that.
Okay.
And thank you for giving us all this time.
No, so thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Kempola, if I may.
Yes.
I just spoke to Rinchen in English.
Oh,
he
wonderful.
says that he'll be very, very happy to help, and he says thank you for thinking of him.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, he's a very.
Is there anything else that you would recommend regarding the altar, the setup?
Yeah, we'll also talk with other people who are doing the Dorje Drolo practice and so forth. That I'll send out an email to the students so that if they want with the Dorje Drolo Torma and other things and so forth. Yes. You can just mention to him saying that Kempo always talks to students about him. So, okay.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and say hi to him too.
I will.
Okay, I'm so happy that you all are going to practice along with us, and always help others. Always think that, oh, Mike my contribution will inspire others. If I drop, others will be, disheartened, like that. This whole, it's just like, there's a story about these two drunks. They're holding on to each other in the bus. And then there's a father also, there's a father, like a priest father in the bus. And then he asks us, why are you two drunks holding on to each other? They say that united we stand, divided we fall. So like that, we have to think. Sangha members, whenever we have our purity in our heart, and then when we stay together, then it sparks everybody. It's very important. As a Sangha, it's very important because it's one of the three jewels. Yeah. If Sangha is not there, just the two jewels does not make the three jewels. So we have to also remember that each one of us has a tremendous responsibility as a practitioner. We are not ordinary beings, meaning we are not ordinary people. We have kind of how'd you say, we have aspired, or we are in the search of truth. We are in search of the truth to achieving lasting or unchanging happiness, not just for ourselves, but for all sentient beings. So our mission is different. Our goal, our intention is different from worldly beings. So you should think like that. So Okay, everybody, I think that's all I want to say that I can think of now. And tomorrow morning we'll all meet, even if we look very fuzzy and so forth. My hair will be all wild, but you'll see the wild side of me. Okay, so take care, everybody, okay? And relax. And before you go to bed tonight, think of Guru Rinpoche in your heart. And then with that luminosity, fall asleep like that. Then you'll have vivid dreams. You will catch your dreams like that. And then starting tomorrow morning, then we'll begin. So keep your intentions positive, and then when you fall asleep, pray to Guru Rinpoche, to Longchen. That's all these lamas have different names, but they are not separate. They are all one. It's just like different colors coming out of a crystal. It's where the crystal is facing. It's like that. It's just one light going through it, manifesting this spectrum of lights coming out like that. So pray to whomever you feel connected, either Buddha, Guru Rinpoche, Longchen Ba, Chenrezig, Mother Tara, or you have them all. So pray and then say, grant the blessings that may I be able to wake up early in the morning and then dedicate this life to achieving this fortunate human birth like that. And in your dream, you'll have indications, In your dream, you'll have indications. Also, I guarantee that you'll wake up, you make your alarm clock like 3:30 or 3:45 or whenever you want. I'll guarantee you'll wake up 5 minutes before that on your own, because you have concern. You have your inner ability that it wakes you up just before your alarm goes on. That's for sure. That will happen like that. And and you'll have vivid dreams. You'll have good dreams. do that, okay, tonight. So that's all I want to say tonight. Zimjan Nango, okay. Rest well.
Good luck to you all.
My wife saying good luck to you all. Okay. To her, this is just like a child's play. You know, like she can accumulate, she can do prostrations, 100 prostrations, like in 15 or less minute. You know, like I just see her starting her prostrations. By the time I know she has already done her prostrations, like that. So she's very agile. Okay, everybody, stay well and take care. Okay.
Kempola, if I might, I just want to say it's truly a wonderful opportunity to have you follow us like that every day.
Oh yeah.
I've been around maybe 25 years and I've never witnessed such an effective way to do Ngöndro.
Oh, okay.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is my simple contribution to you all. So yeah, a humble and simple contribution to you all. Hoping that this will help us all in our practice. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Take care, everybody, and then let's dedicate the merits that we have accumulated from this. That may all sentient beings come across this wonderful path called the great perfection of utter lucidity, the quintessence or hot essence of the Lama, the Yidam, the Dakini, like that. And may they all blossom the innate Buddhahood perfectly once more, and then temporarily or advantageously bring all excellent qualities in this world, and then this pandemic and so forth completely banished, that not even the name of it remains, that tomorrow will be a bright new day for all of us, okay? Sonam di tamje zikbani tomni ni be danam pamje shin gegan shibalong tuba sibe sole do show rinchenge so di do tao do da be chedom mi da shin ran shin den zo ba ta shin chenga do be je den de bar show pende chun den ba pheje che chara kun ta shela che gyal kam kun do da shin ge chu che do gen cham che san che to bar show che chul de yang ne de ge bar choke thadro kunto tajur de lodre pe mo rapto geje sangye temba dash ke bar sho jangcho sem cho rimbo che ma ke pan geje ke ban nem pa me pa gong ne gong de pe war sho ken lo che sum ring lo che zam ne sa sum cho ro ju cho sum na wa da mi dre de sum gele sho oma hum benzo de ma se de oma Oma hum benza guru pema sindi hum. Okay, everybody. Rest well. Okay. Touch the leg and bye-bye now. Bye. Yeah, you can all sign out one by one. I'm just waiting for the video to close. So, okay.
Thank you so much, Kempola. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Come on.
Zimjan
Zimjan Nango, okay. Okay. Brandon, your number is still the same, yeah? It's 1522, the last number. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay. Okay. I will send to Lindsay. Okay.
Lots of
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Susie. Bye, Juan. Bye, Brandon. Okay. No,
Benza.